Once upon a time, in the mighty kingdom of Umuoko, there lived a king named Odu.
Yes, everything is proceeding as I have foreseen.
He was strong, wise, and feared by his enemies. His warriors were brave, his farms were full of crops, and the people of the land were happy. At least, most of them. But inside the palace lived Princess Ije, his only daughter. She was beautiful. Everyone agreed on that. But her heart was proud and spoiled. She laughed at rules, mocked the elders, and never listened to anyone. The palace staff trembled whenever she spoke. The villagers whispered about her misdeeds, but no one dared complain to the king. One bright morning, as the sun climbed high, the villagers went to the river to fetch water. Mothers carried clay pots balanced on their heads. Fathers bent to scoop water for cooking. Children ran about, laughing and playing. The river was the lifeblood of the village, clean and clear, until that day.
Princess Ije appeared suddenly with her attendants. She moved gracefully, her silk wrapper fluttering, golden bracelets jingling with each step. The villagers froze. They knew trouble followed her wherever she went. Without warning, she climbed a tall rock by the river. She lifted her wrapper and urinated directly into the water.
What is this? Oh my goodness! How can this be happening?
The villagers screamed in shock. Women shrieked. Children dropped their pots. Men ran forward, fists raised, but no one dared touch her. She was the king's daughter. Princess Ije laughed, loud and cruel. "If you want clean water, go dig your own river." And just like that, the river began to change. At first, a faint red tint spread through the water. Then the river turned deep, dark red like fresh blood. Fishes flopped, trying to escape, but they floated dead. A foul, choking smell rose into the air. Mothers covered their children's noses. Farmers dropped their tools. People ran, terrified.
The chiefs of the village rushed to the palace. Bowing low, they told King Odu what had happened. Even the mighty king felt a chill. He summoned the chief priest, a man wise in the ways of the gods. The priest arrived carrying the sacred staff, chanting as he walked. He raised the staff high and declared, "The gods have spoken. The princess has polluted the life of the land. Until she is offered as a sacrifice, the river will remain cursed." The court fell silent. The king's face darkened. His hands trembled. He looked at his daughter, expecting fear, but she only smiled arrogantly. The chiefs begged, "Your Majesty, obey the gods. If you refuse, the whole kingdom will suffer." But King Odu roared, "Never! I will not give my daughter to the gods. Let the river dry. Let the land burn. No one will touch her while I live."
Outside the palace, chaos reigned. Crops wilted under the hot sun. Streams dried up. Mothers cried for their children. Farmers cursed their luck. Hunters returned empty-handed. Fear and anger spread through the land. Inside the palace, Princess Ije laughed again. Her voice rang like silver, but it carried malice. She turned to the chiefs and sneered. "Did I not tell you? No one can touch me." That night, the palace felt strange. Whispering voices echoed down the halls. The guards swore they saw red footprints leading to the princess's room. Strange shadows moved in the corners. Even the king could feel the chill. On the second night, Princess Ije woke up screaming. Her bed was soaked in blood, though her body was untouched. Servants rushed in, but they could not explain what had happened.
The priest was called again. Raising his staff, he said, "The gods are taking their due. If the king refuses to give her, they will take her by force." King Odu fell to his knees, holding his daughter close, but Princess Ije spat in his face. "No god can touch me." That night, the sky turned dark, though no clouds were above. Thunder rolled, yet no rain fell. The river roared louder than ever. 3 nights later, a giant serpent rose from the river. Its scales glowed red in the moonlight. Its eyes were like burning coals. The villagers heard its roar, but no one dared go near the palace. The serpent slithered silently into the palace. It moved toward the princess's chamber. Princess Ije tried to flee, but the serpent's speed was unmatched. It coiled around her bed, hissing like thunder. She screamed and struggled. Her attendants tried to fight the serpent, but it knocked them aside with a sweep of its tail. King Odu cried out in despair, but there was nothing he could do. The serpent wrapped tighter and tighter around Princess Ije. Her cries echoed through the palace, frightening everyone. And then, silence. When the sun rose, the river was calm again. Its water had turned clear. Fishes swam happily. The foul smell was gone. The crops slowly revived. But Princess Ije was gone. The serpent had returned her arrogance to the gods. The palace was empty, her golden bracelets lying on the floor. The king wept bitterly, realizing that his pride in sparing her had almost destroyed his kingdom. The priest spoke solemnly. "The gods do not lie. One life for the life of the land. The arrogant princess has paid the price." From that day, a law was passed in Umuoko. No one, no matter their status, must ever defile the river again. Mothers told their children the story of Princess Ije for generations. Pride goes before destruction. Even the child of a king cannot mock the gods. And the land of Umuoko flourished again, though the story of the river of blood was never forgotten.